Well, we just got another trailer for the Mario movie, and I said I was going to talk about it, so here we are. This video came out a lot later than I wanted it to, but I was working on that video when it was announced, and I wanted to get it finished before doing this video. Also, sorry about there being no reaction this time. I had work and everyone else was busy, so we just didn't have time to. So yeah, sorry about that. But anyways, like I said in the last video I did on this is the most excited I've been for a movie in a long time, and I am so stoked to see the full product. And from this trailer, it's really looking like this movie is going to be something truly special. It doesn't look like a shameless cash grab or something that was made just because the series is popular. It truly does feel like the people who made this movie are legitimately massive Mario fans who put so much care and passion into this, and that makes me so happy. Now, I'm gonna do a little overview of the trailer like last time, and then I'll go over my more general thoughts as well as analyzing some other stuff that was released. Alright, let's get into it. The trailer starts with Mario going into a coliseum. And dang, we got some major fan service already with the arena having the same layout as the original Donkey Kong game. Even with a bunch of question blocks all around, treated like a normal occurrence of this world. They even got their own little Donkey Kong Island flair with barrels, tire swings, and more. I also love how the stadium has a 2D plane too, reflecting the original games. Speaking of Donkey Kong, that's who we get introduced to next. And man, he just looks incredible. His model looks absolutely stunning, just like the rest of the cast. And Miyamoto said he's going to have a comedic personality and design just like the games. And I love that. As well as me loving how he can be a big brute too. I love how we get both sides of those personalities at play here. I can't wait to hear more of Seth Rogen's performance as him. We get a pretty funny gag of DK beating the absolute hell out of Mario, which was a pretty funny joke. We also see Cranky here, which was pretty cool. I was wrong about them being in New Donk City, but whatever. We then get the boys, Bowser and Luigi, my goats. Again, Jack Black sounds absolutely incredible. Honestly, my favorite performance out of anything in this movie we've seen so far. He sounds so menacing and egotistical. It's nearly perfect. And we finally got to hear a good clip of Charlie Day Luigi, and he also sounds fantastic. I love how cowardly and nervous he sounds while trying to hide it. That's Luigi there to a T. And the expressions on his face are just so fun to look at. As said with the last video, the characters in this movie are so expressive. I'm just gonna talk about this here so I don't have to take a pit stop at every single facial expression or body movement I like. I love how these characters can just be so demonstrative. I admire how you can tell exactly how they're feeling even when there's no sound. And it's just so cool to see these characters like this. And it's helped by the animation as well. With the very fluid and zany movements going on, you can also feel these characters and how they're feeling. It's just so great to see how it's like this. I love it. We see a bunch of Bowser's minions in this shot here, and we get to see a lot of them not just here, but in other scenes too. We have Goombas, Koopas, Bob-ombs, Buzzy Beetles, Spinies, Swoopers, Piranha Plants, Shy Guys, Sniffits, Sledge Bros, Brambles, Cheep Cheeps, and more. I am so happy that we get to see such a diverse range of Mario enemies. I thought they were just going to have the basics, but we have so many here, and that makes me so happy to see a lot of minions from Bowser's Army in the past. Hope we still have some more to see. After this, we get to see some scenes of the Mario Brothers in New Donk City, and it, like most other areas of interest in this movie, looks really, really good and detailed. I'm glad that it's so vibrant and colorful to fit with the rest of the movie, but still different enough to make it stand out. Not too dull and not too vibrant, if you know what I mean. And also, we see the brothers just enjoying life here, which I hope we get to see a good amount of here in this opening act, because it looks like it'll be a fun time. We get this incredibly raw shot of Bowser's castle looming over the kingdom, and finally, we hear Peach for the first time, and Anya as her sounds alright. There is a little something that is kind of off to me. Like, I think her voice is way too deep, but she still does an incredible job delivering her lines throughout the trailer. You can tell that her, like most other actors in this movie, really felt like they were putting their all into their performances. Now, I want to talk about Peach's character real quick before moving on with the trailer. Okay, I was not expecting them to make Peach a badass in this film, but honestly, I kinda like it. And despite Peach usually being the damsel in distress in Mario games, honestly, I feel the decision to make Luigi the one for Mario to save in this movie makes perfect sense. As while it's practically tradition at this point, Mario hasn't really gotten to know Peach too well here. I'll talk about the chemistry brewing between the two in a minute, but the family stakes of having Luigi being held hostage by Bowser is a really good reason to have Mario go on this adventure so he can save his brother. I really do like it and am totally on board. Maybe Luigi won't be a prisoner the entire film, like he could escape and have his own little adventure. Maybe that's what this scene could be, as we saw in the teaser. Or maybe he could join Mario in the final fight, who knows. There is a lot you can do with this concept, and I can't wait to see where it leads. Okay, now the decision to make Peach a tough and cool princess was kind of controversial. I personally don't mind it, but I think some people are iffy about it because of the huge shift from the games. And while yes, that is true, Peach in the games is more caring, pleasant, and kind, which yes, those are actually personality traits. Don't listen to people that say Peach was devoid of character before this movie. But she has also shown signs of independence, being able to fend for herself, from the Princess Peach game, to the ending of Odyssey, to the Super Mario comics. So while yes, it is a pretty big change, it's not nothing we haven't seen before. Also, I just love that she's wielding a halberd and walking towards Bowser like, come on, this is cool. And before we move on, I want to talk about the chemistry between Mario and Peach in this film. Personally, I love their relationship in the games. It's sad we don't get to see their romance in the games too often, because the small moments they do have are so sweet. And from what it looks like in the trailer, it seems they're really going to dig deep into it. I'm glad it doesn't start with the two hating each other with them coming around at the end. At least I hope that's the case. We still haven't seen the two when they first meet. Rather, they meet and they do like each other. And as the film goes on, I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing the connection the two will have, with the Fire Flower field scene being a real game changer for the two to connect more. And throughout the trailer, you can see Peach genuinely caring for Mario at points, like when she's watching the Mario vs. Donkey Kong fight. I really hope we see the two grow into something more by the end of the movie, because with what we've seen so far, it looks like such an adorable romance side plot, just like the games. And as someone who is a sucker for unnecessary romance in movies and shows, I'm definitely all for it. Moving on with the trailer, we see a table of multiple islands around the world. We have the Mushroom Kingdom at the bottom, Yoshi's Island on the bottom right, Donkey Kong Island in the middle, and Bowser's Kingdom on the top right, with the island on the left most likely being Sarasaland. Don't know if that means we'll be seeing it in the movie, it's setting up for a Daisy in a sequel or something, or if it's just an Easter egg, but this makes me really happy to see. I don't know what the island at the top is. It's most likely part of Bowser's Kingdom, as it does look like this shot here with all the trees and lava rivers, but who knows, maybe it's a ghost island setting up for that Luigi's Mansion movie that better happen. After, we get the adorable line from the Toads, which was cute, and also makes me happy they most likely won't be the minions of this film. We see the training course, which looks like something out of Mario Maker. From this, we get a couple funny gags from Mario as he tries to complete it but keeps failing. After that, we get a reference to the bridge from 3D Land. Let's go! I'm so nostalgic for that game! It could also be a reference to those bridge levels from the original Super Mario Bros. Though, with another funny gag with the Cheep Cheep. The next part is the Fire Flower field scene I was just talking about, and man, it looks absolutely gorgeous. This also proves my point that Peach will grow a connection with Mario, as she has a little emotional speech here talking about all the galaxies in the universe, which could set up for a Super Mario Galaxy related plotline? Who knows at this point. This scene also confirms the use of power-ups in this movie, as Peach uses the Fire Flower and becomes Fire Peach, and we get another scene with Tanuki Mario. That's something I was really hoping for. Really hope we get to see my goats, the Propeller Mushroom, and Penguin Suit somewhere in this movie. We then see the Rock Candy Mines here, which we're always welcoming more fan service, yes we are. We see some of Yoshi's Island, confirming that Yoshi's will be in this movie, and then we get to Mario and Luigi falling through some portal-like world, which looks to be when they fall through the pipe and get separated, as Luigi still has his plumbing cure he had in New Donk City. Also shows more of their brotherly bond, so I love that. And to end off the trailer, We see Mario and the gang ride on Rainbow Road and go-karts and other vehicles in a reference to Mario Kart. And as a massive Mario Kart fan, that made me really happy to see. And hell, we even see Funky in the background here, which is pretty cool. Nice to see them bringing in some niche characters. And we have Chris's Wahoo, which could have been better. Still sounds good, but something feels off. And for Chris's performance as a whole in this trailer, I mean, it's good. I know they're trying to go for a more Brooklyn, New York accent style, but I wish he was just more Italian, you know? So many lines coming out of Mario's mouth just feel like they should have that little spark to it. But anyways, it's fine. The trailer ends with an epic-sounding version of the Mario theme, which just gets me so pumped for this. The score sounds so good, and I am so excited to see what other music will be present in here. Great job to the makers of the OST. You all did great on this one. And that's the trailer. That was the first full-blown trailer we got for this movie, as the one we got beforehand was just a teaser. And this look into it confirms that this movie is truly going to be something really special. It actually looks like the film will be genuinely so good, which is a very pleasant surprise. I'm so happy that this movie is shaping up to be this way. It makes me so happy as a fan of the series. And as a fan, I'm sure I'm going to be pointing out all the references I can find in this movie, because just in these 2 minutes and some other footage we have, so many references, iconic locations, and general fan service. We got Peach's biker outfit, clear pipes, and even Mario's forward aerial from Smash Bros. There's just so much to point at and go, hey, I know where that's from. And I can't wait to do that during the showing of the whole flick. Now for some general thoughts. Well, to be honest, I can't really think of anything specific like last time. I just want to say that everything looks really good. Whether the visuals, voice acting, and more, it all just looks stunning. That's really all I have to say. I wish I could say more, truly, but I'm basically speechless. There's so many words that I want to speak about this, but I'm genuinely lost for them. So, in simple terms, this movie makes me really happy. The people who are making it felt like they genuinely had a great time making it. Every department from animation, visuals, lighting, sound, and voice acting are all immaculate. And it just looks like such a fun time, and I'm so excited to see it in April. Unless it gets delayed, which hopefully it doesn't. Now, before I close this video out, I'm going to talk about a few things. First are the leaks that Luma will be in the movie, and confirmation that Pauline will be in it as well. Pauline makes me happy to see. I'm so glad she's relevant again, and I'm glad Nintendo fully decided to make her the mayor of New Donk City so she finally has something to do in the series, and I'm glad she has a part here. Now for Luma, that's where things get interesting, as there was no confirmation of it anywhere except for this supposed McDonald's leak here. If this is true, then I doubt they would make a toy for something in like a post-credit scene or whatever. So this could be a plot point of the movie we don't know about yet? Maybe a subplot with Rosalina? They do talk about universes and galaxies in the trailer, so maybe? But it could be fake, so I don't know. We'll just have to see where this goes. Next, I just want to mention a bunch of these great posters we just got. Don't have much else to say on them other than that they're great and I love them. Moving on. Now, it's looking like the film is going to focus on the trio of Mario, Peach, and Toad instead of Mario and Luigi. That'll be a welcome change of pace. Sure, it's sad the two bros will most likely be separate the entire film, but it's going to be fun to watch this trio, I'm sure. Now, finally, I want to talk about how the film will play out. I won't go too in-depth because my friend Capsirus made a thread on Twitter which mostly sums up how I think the film will go. So, if you want some more in-depth thoughts, then go there, I'll have it linked in the description. Like I said in the last video, I still think the scene of Bowser vs. the Penguins is going to be how the movie starts, as it sets up the main villain, the Power Star, and other worlds up perfectly, as well as just fitting in as an opener. After this, we get to the Mario Bros. In New Donk City, just living life with no worries, until Mayor Pauline gives them a job in the sewers. This is where the two fall in the pipe and get separated. Luigi is captured by Bowser, and Mario joins up with Toad and Peach and asks for help, as Peach could use his help too to aid in stopping Bowser's inevitable attack. We get the training montage and the trio going on a quest to Donkey Kong Island where Mario has to try and defeat Donkey Kong to gain the alliance. After he does gain their trust however he does it, you could have them get ready for the final battle and climax of the film. Won't go into too much more detail, as I really don't know how it will truly go. Again, if you want a full-on prediction, go read that Twitter thread by Capsirus. And that's the second trailer talked about. I didn't have as much to say here, as I already said my general hopes and predictions in the last video, and also I want to get started on some other things. I just meant for these to be a quick little thing, just talking about what we saw. If we get another trailer, I'll most likely do this again, and if we don't, well, then I guess I'll just have to wait for the movie to come out, and I can't wait. Hey, hi, how you doing? It's me, Lucari Boy from the future, and we just got an exclusive clip of the Mario movie at the Game Awards. You know, the one where that one kid got arrested for talking about Bill Clinton. Or at least that's what I've heard, I only came for the trailer and left. So, I'll just go over this clip real quick before ending the video normally. Alright, cool. We start the clip off with this absolutely gorgeous shot of the Mushroom Kingdom. This just looks incredible. The structures, the greenery, it's all so pretty. We then get a scene where we get a closer look at the town, and just in this scene there are so many references. I'll count them in just a bit. We just get to see Toads here living life. It's nice to see them like this. It gives us a little glimpse of how they live around here. We even have some nice details like Toad staring at Mario because he's never seen him before, and even Cheep Cheep as well as other stuff like Toad's taking a picture and ordering food. I love that. Something else I love is Mario's portrayal. All those years of having people misinterpret Mario to be an arrogant, greedy a-hole are finally over. Illumination did his character so right. He's polite and adventurous and cares for the people he loves. Like how he gives a coin back to a Toad, the way he gets mad when Toad says his brother is about to die, and the way he's just shyly waving to a Toad. I love that they got his character right. It makes me so happy. We hear more of Keegan's voice as Toad, and it sounds incredible just like last time. And we even hear more of Chris's voice as Mario, and not gonna lie, it sounds a lot better in action. We can hear more of his Brooklyn tone here, as well as the voice just fitting the model. We see some more platforming areas with the bricks and platforms, which just makes this world seem like platforming is a huge influence on it, which is really neat. As well as just making this movie just have incredible set design. Can't wait to see what other cool layouts they have in store. We get a funny gag with the clear pipe, and that's pretty much the clip as we see Peach's castle before it ends. Seeing a full uninterrupted clip of the Mario movie was so cool, and it reaffirmed the statement that I am so freaking hyped for it. The trailers looked fantastic, but seeing the film in action makes it look like this film is genuinely going to be extremely great. Maybe even a masterpiece. I'm so glad that after so long of people saying that the movie will suck no matter what, just because of Illumination and the casting choice, that we have a movie here filled with so much love and passion for its source material. Like I said before, this movie has so much respect for the series it's based upon, from getting the character personalities right, putting in so many things from the games they didn't need to, and including so many references. I can't believe this movie is turning out to be this good, and it makes me extremely happy as a Mario fan. Thank you, Illumination. Something I thought I'd never say. Now, speaking of references, let's name a few. The coin box's blue icon are the treasure chests from Mario 3, the Toads are using Mario's jumping pose, the pipes are treated like bus stations, we get a crazy cat from Mario Odyssey in the background, Chanterelle is mentioned here, who is a character from the Paper Mario games, Toadette is seen in a picture of a band here. We see a Toad talking to a shopkeeper asking if the thing she wants to buy will work, and the shopkeeper says that it'll work, all you have to do is blow into it, referencing how people used to fix cartridges. This shop also has references to power-ups and other items, and the shopkeeper people believe to be one of Martinet's cameo roles, as he sounds like Mario's original voice. The lift icon is the hammer power-up from Mario Maker 2. The construction Toad's outfits are the same from Mario Maker as well. The maps here and here look like overworlds. Mario's run is the exact same as the one in 3D World. We see some fruits like watermelons and grapes, which could reference the Yoshi games or Sunshine. And the music bar at the end references the new Super Mario Bros. Games. God, that many references for a 1.5-minute long clip. And I know for a fact that I missed some. That is dedication that I love. This confirms how much these people truly respect this series. And to end this off, the music. The score here is absolutely incredible. There are so many iconic themes from the games that are given their own little flair here. We have the P-Switch theme from Mario 3, the original theme from Super Mario Bros., Bob on Battlefield, and the Overworld theme from Super Mario World. And not only do we get these references to past music pieces, but they did an incredible job on making them sound really good and energetic. I'm so happy with how this OST turned out here. Great job on it for the makers of it. Hope there are a lot more classic Mario tunes in here, because these sound great. Alright, well, that's talked about, so let's just get back to how it was before I wrote this part. Anyways, I'll be seeing you all next time. Wave 3 of the Booster Course Pass just came out, so I'll be discussing that soon. And Season 9 is about to end, so we gotta jump on that too. So, I'll see you then. Subscribe and follow me on Twitter. Thanks for watching.
Do you think I know every human being with a mustache wearing an identical outfit with a hat with the letter of his first name on it? Because I don't. Yeah!